The penultimate round of the 2021 Italian Formula 4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented by WSK Promotion. The final race of the weekend gets underway in just a moment. In half an hour's time, we may well have our first ever English champion of the Italian Series. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the home of the Tuscan Formula 1 Grand Prix, also the home of the Italian MotoGP. First of all, we're going to go down and talk to the championship leader, Ollie Bierman, who's with Antonio Caruccio on the grid.
Good afternoon and welcome with the championship leader, Ollie Bierman. So, Ollie, what do we have to expect from you from this race?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be quite a tough race, but yeah, I'm ready to give it my all and yeah, see what comes of it.
Thank you.
Oliver Bierman starts on the second row of the grid, which we will have a look at for you in just a moment. He has got an 80-point lead in the championship. There is 75 points on offer from each round, so theoretically, you would think it puts the title out of reach for his closest challenger, Tim Tramnitz, who's second on 200 points, but it is the best 16 races of 21, which counts in the 2021 championship. It is certainly the end of the Italian summer. As we take a look at the grid for you, this is Josh Dufek, the Swiss-English-Austrian driver for the Dutch team. He's taken 3 pole positions in qualifying this morning. He won race 2 to become the 7th different race winner in 2021. This super competitive international championship. That's him to the left of your screen, Fornaroli to the right. We'll take a look at the grid in a moment. This is Leo Fornaroli, a disastrous run yesterday when he lost his front wing, trying an ambitious move to take the lead. That did not pay off. You can see the teams just leaving the grid now, and they are rugged up because it is really cold here at Mugello, just a few weeks after the end of the Italian summer. That's it. From now, winter sets in. As we take a look at the grid, it is Dufek on pole, alongside Fornaroli, Josh Dirksen, and the championship leader, OB, out of position 4. Montoya, Kirill Smale, Kimi Antonelli, and then the second Russian Bedrin. Santiago Ramos, Tim Tramnitz, Piotr Wisnicki, Eric Zaniga, Konrad Lausen, Francesco Braschi, Ben Svalint, then is Hamda El-Kabaisi, Kasper Stuka, Leo Bizzotto starts position 18. Francesco Simonazzi, Pietro Armani, Maya Verg, Levente Devesh, Samir Ben, Lorenzo Petresi out of 24. Ollie Gray, Jonas Reed, Pedro Perino had a good run in race 2 this morning. Nico Baptiste, and the Mexican with a wall to climb, Jorge Garciache, the final position on the grid. Jorge for the Jensen Motorsport team. As you look at the crowd which are back with us, they are rugged up. It is really cool here this afternoon. The sun is starting to set, the temperature is dropping, and we are preparing to race for the final time this weekend, the penultimate round of the 7-round 2021 championship. A fantastic sight. This is the most competitive junior motor racing series in the world. Josh Dufek, the Swiss-English-Austrian driver for the Dutch team of Fritz van Amersfoort on the outskirts of Amsterdam here in beautiful Tuscany. took a race win this morning to become the 7th different race winner. Sebastian Montoya led for most of the race. He stood on the podium 8 times in 2021. Montoya, car 6, position 5, looking to stand on the top step this afternoon. The field sets off up into turn 1, San Donato, this 5.2 kilometre circuit. Despite the fact that it is better known for motorcycle racing, has hosted all manner of car racing over the years. We think back to Formula 5000 in the 1970s, Formula 3000 in the 1980s and 1990s, DTM World GT Racing, and of course always on the on the Italian F4 calendar. The 2022 Italian Formula 4 Championship calendar has been announced. We get underway on the 2nd weekend of May in 2022. That's at Imola. June 5 at Misano. On the 19th of June, we go to Spa-Francorchamps, one of 5 Formula 1 Grand Prix circuits on the 2022 calendar. July 5 at Vallelunga, to the north of the eternal city of Rome. The fabulous Red Bull Ring in Austria. That's the 11th of September. October 9 at Monza, and the series concludes right here on October 23 at Mugello in just over 1 year's time. Fornaroli, already a race winner in 2021. He was sitting 2nd in the championship. There's the conditions to the bottom left of your screen. 13 degrees? I don't reckon. It's freezing here in Tuscany. Fornaroli was 2nd in the championship at the midway point, has dropped back down to 4th place on 161 points. Sebastian Montoya, after his 8th podium of the season this morning, he's 3rd in the series on 166. Tim Trumnitz on 200 and Ollie Beerman on 280. In simple terms, Ollie Beerman, to put the championship out of reach, and provisionally, we put a big asterisk next to that word provisionally, claim the 2021 championship, needs to win this race outright, and Tim Trumnitz, on your screen right there, in car 70, needs to finish position 8 or worse. That is the hypothetical situation at the moment. Hamda Alkubaisi, car 88, the son of the former, the daughter, I'm so sorry, Hamda, the daughter of the Dubai 24-hour race winner, Khalid Alkubaisi, also a class winner in the Le Mans 24 hours. Khalid here at the circuit to see the younger of his 2 daughters, Hamda and Amna, both racing with us in the Italian F4 Championship. Amna, of course, stepping up to the Asian F3 Series to start 2021. Looking for a good performance. And Josh Dufek, newfound confidence. Car 13 lights up the rears. And once again, we'll put car 13 for the 3rd time this weekend on pole position. Fornaroli looking to finish this weekend the penultimate race of the championship, the penultimate round, on a high. Car 72 to the right of your screen for Team Iron Lynx. Dufek on pole to the left. Patrese pulls into position just ahead of Jonas Reed and Nico Baptiste. That is the Mexican Jorge Garcia, car 27 for Jensen Motorsport. The green flag at the back of the grid, the 5 red lights for the final time this weekend here at Mugello. We race. Nice start by Fornaroli, but Dufek has got away smartly. Montoya goes wheel to wheel with a championship leader, Ollie Beerman, as they race down the straight up the hill into turn 1, San Donato, for the first time. A conservative start from Ollie Beerman, who can potentially win the championship here this afternoon, but certainly not, obviously, on the first corner. Good start by Santiago Ramos, who's going wheel to wheel with Tim Trumnitz through the opening few corners of this lap of this race. A relatively clean start as not 1 but 2 cars go out wide. Fabulous start from Josh Dirksen. He's already gone up into 2nd place. Going through Piotr Wisnicki, there's the pole in car 24, just ahead of his teammate tucked in ahead of Conrad Lawson, car 20 for the Prema Power team. Eric Zuniga makes his way through in car 23. So Dufek from pole position, took 3 attempts, but he's got off the line nicely as we lose one in the gravel trap at the back of the pack. One of the Cram competition cars does extremely well to keep it on the road. Nico Baptiste, the Colombian, does rejoin. Nice skill there, although he does rejoin the best part of 3 or 4 corners behind. Dufek does lead from Dirksen. Once again, it is Josh versus Josh. Fornaroli from the outside of the front row of the grid in position 3. Then we go to Montoya and Smull, the two Prema Power team drivers, and then the 2 Russians. So Montoya and Smull, then Smull and Bedrin. Bierman, that championship leader, in position 7. Antonelli just ahead of Tim Trumnitz, the young rookie, ahead of the driver who can theoretically still take the championship. Antonelli in the gravel coming onto the straight. A huge moment for the rookie. Almost throws away his entire race there and then. 2 cars off on the opening lap of the race, and they've both done superbly well to regain their position on the track. Baptiste, and just then Antonelli, he's come across the line in P16. He was inside the top 10. What a moment for Andrea Kimi Antonelli in his 2nd ever car race. The Genza Motorsport drivers going through: Santiago Ramos, Piotr Wisnicki and Francesco Braschi. Hamda Al-Kubaisi, the girl from Abu Dhabi in the Emirates, she's in 13. That's her teammate, Conrad Lawson, car 20. As the field settles down, a good start to race 3 here this afternoon. The Iron Lynx driver, Kasper Stuka, just sits in behind Francesco Simonazzi, looking to finish this weekend and the championship at Monza on a high, just after making his Formula 3 debut in the Euro Formula Open Championship at Monza, where we race the final in 3 weeks' time. There's Bedrin going through, the 2nd Russian, car 15, position 6. So Dufek from Dirksen and Fornaroli. Montoya, Smull, car 7, position 5, ahead of his countryman Bedrin. And then 1st and 2nd in the championship, there's 7 and 8 on the road. Ollie Bierman and Tim Trumnitz. Bedrin, that's the championship leader. Trumnitz right behind. Then it's Santiago Ramos, Wisnicki, Lawson, Braschi as they break into turn 15. Antonelli just behind that battle, fighting with Zuniga, Simonazzi and Kasper Stuka. Josh Dufek stares at his left side mirror, with Dirksen right behind. Both these drivers have won this weekend here at Mugello. Joshua versus Joshua down into turn 1. Fornaroli driving nicely in position 3. And it's Montoya, so disappointed to miss the top step of the podium this morning. There is the 2nd generation racer going through, the North American-born Colombian driver in car 6, the first of the Prema Power team entries, just ahead of Kirill Smull. Dirksen is all over the back of Josh Dufek, and Fornaroli senses his opportunity to take his 2nd victory of 2021 this afternoon. That's Lawson going through, head of Braschi, Valint, Zuniga, Hamda Al-Kubaisi, Andrea Antonelli, Simonazzi, Kasper Stuka. Leo Pizzotto is ahead of Pietro Armani. Patrese Meyerberg, she's dropped back to 22nd. Samir Ben, Levente Revesh, Oli Gray, Jonas Reed, Garciace, Perino, and of course, after running off the track on the opening lap of the race, Nico Baptiste, the final runner, down in 29th place. You can just hear the Pirelli tyres screeching on the tarmac here at Mugello, trying to find grip on what is a cold circuit here this afternoon. Bedrin behind his countryman Smull into turn 15. It's so important to get a good run coming onto the straight. As we told you in race 2, the main straight, it climbs uphill some 60 odd meters here. It is 1.1 kilometers in length. It is longer than the runway at some small regional airports around the world. And these cars are absolutely flying. Josh pulls out of the slipstream of Josh. Dirksen passes Dufek. And the BWT Mugello Motorsport driver has gone through. Fabulous pass to take position 1. Fornaroli saw that happen. The Iron Lynx team driver was just too far back to capitalise. Furthermore, he's got Sebastian Montoya breathing down his neck. Superb racing from these young drivers here this afternoon. The second last time we will see this Tartas T104 chassis in use as Bertrand. A moment as he puts the left rear Pirelli on the gravel, runs off the circuit. There's Tim Trumnitz. Car 70, critically still behind Bierman. The championship leader, car 87, going through, can't win the championship. If he doesn't win the race here this afternoon, and at the moment, to be quite frank, it does not look like it will happen. He's virtually got one hand on the championship trophy. But mathematically, I know it's a long shot, but he needs to win the race, and Trumnitz finish no better than 8th. At the moment, though, it is Dirksen who's pulling away from the rest of the field. Dufek, he had the race win this morning, but he's struggling to keep pace with the BWT Mugello Motorsport team driver. There's Fornaroli, P3 on the podium at the moment. Sebastian Montoya, 8 podiums in 2021. Would desperately like to stand on the top step. Has taken a couple of pole positions in qualifying. That's him, car 6, position 4. They race up the hill into San Donato. Dufek checks his right mirrors as Fornaroli dives down the inside, locks the front right. So close to running into the back of car 13. Wow, what a moment for Leo. Sebastian closes in on the back of the top Italian. Kirill Smile right behind as well. Kirusha will not need to be asked twice to make a move and go past his Prema Power teammate and try and get up on the podium as well. The two Russians, 5 and 6, they're ahead of the championship leader. Ollie Bierman, car 87, position 7. Dirksen, 1.5 seconds. Down the road, he's pulling away. Fastest lap of the race for Joshua Dirksen, a 1:49.383 with an average speed of almost 173 k's an hour. They'll come across the line to complete lap 6 in just a moment. We'll check the gap for you. Through the last sector, 1.9 seconds. They come out of Corontaio, Biondetti, Buccini, turn 15, and then the long, crucial run onto the straight. So here we go once again. We'll check the gap from Josh to Josh, Dirksen to Dufek. It was 1.5 seconds, it blew out to 1.9. And as they come across the line, it's 2 seconds. Dirksen is pulling away, looking at his 5th victory in the Italian Championship over the past 3 seasons. The 4th of which came 24 hours ago. Fornaroli all over the back of Josh Dufek. Montoya so close to the back of car 72 Iron Lynx. As they climb the hill, there is Montoya with Smile right over the back of him. Down through Borgo San Lorenzo, Castanova, Savelli, and then the angry corners as they literally translate. As car 25 pulls down into pit lane, Samir Ben, it has been a disappointing run for the Swiss driver. After coming together with Hamda Alkabasi on the second corner of lap 1, race 1 yesterday, he's down in the pits for a new front wing. Fornaroli around the outside of Dufek, who is struggling to keep the Italian behind. As Dirksen pulls away, it is 2.4 seconds. And as these drivers fight, the South American extends his lead. It is now a 10-car fight for the final steps of the podium this afternoon. Dirksen is gone. The gap almost, as we go through that sector, almost 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. He disappears down at the bottom of your screen as we passed 1/3 race distance. Travnitz down in 9th place. Bierman still in P7. Right behind car 70, 24 and 28. Both for the Jensen Motorsport team, Piotr Wisnicki and Francesco Braschi. Josh Dufek breaks the toe for 10 cars following him through. That's Nikita Bedrin in car 15. Just ahead of his teammate, the championship leader he was. Bierman, that championship leader, has just been passed. Nicely done by Santiago Ramos. His teammates right behind. Andreas Jenser down in pit lane having a heart attack as Piotr Wisnicki in 24 and his teammate Francesco Braschi go wheel to wheel. There was just centimetres between the pole and the Italian. They raced nicely as their teammate Santiago Ramos overtook the championship leader. Bierman back to position 8. Kirill Smale runs wide, but predictably does not lift as they go up to the high part of the circuit into Corontayo, and then the run back down the hill. There is the lap car of Samir Ben, who rejoins a lap down. He's still in the race with a new front wing. Josh Dirksen goes by. The lead is 3.8 seconds. We are approaching half race distance. He will be praying for this race to stay green. And for the moment, these young talents have driven superbly. Ramos on the charge behind Bedrin into turn 15. Locks the brake ever so slightly, will get the run. The race does indeed still stay green. As we approach half race distance, they gap 3.8 seconds. Josh Dirksen is pulling away. Bedrin on your screen ahead of Santiago Ramos. Dirksen with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.383. He said that early on, but we suspect Ramos is going quicker as Samir Ben pulls out of the way. Montoya half a move on Fornaroli. Travnitz behind, and here comes the ruthless racing Russian, Kirill Smale. Ramos right there to fight. There's the blue flag for Samir Ben. Does the right thing. Needs to respect the fact that the leaders are coming through. Stays off the line. Bedrin under pressure. Santiago Ramos going quickly here. 0.7 of a second, as you can see, faster on that lap than the cars in front of him. That's Travnitz in 70. And it's Braschi, Wisnicki, Konrad Lausen, Eric Zuniga, Ben Svelin, Simonazzi, Alcubasi, Antonelli, and Kasper Stuka. Ahead of Bizzotto, Ravesh, Armani, Patrese, Werg, Garcia, Reed, Ollie Gray, Pedro Perino, and Nico Baptiste. We've had 29 starters. We've still got 29 cars in the race. That's a credit to these young drivers on what is one of the most tricky tracks in the world of open wheel motorsport. Incredibly undulating. As you look at Josh Dirksen on your screen, pulling away 4.6 seconds. Still the fastest driver on the circuit. You can see he's got around about 200 meters back to Josh Dufek, who, unless something happens to Dirksen, will not take his second victory here this afternoon. He has defended well from Montoya Fornaroli. Eric Zanico going through just ahead of Ben Svelint, one of 3 Mexicans in the field. As Montoya lines up again, Josh Dufek, the race 2 race winner, checks his mirrors. Montoya does likewise. Braschi pulls out of the slipstream now. The Jensen Motorsport cars look good this afternoon. Braschi on the outside of Tim Travnitz. That's the championship leaders, 1 and 2, and Braschi's gone by. What a move by the Italian. The Jensen Motorsport driver in car 28 splits the drivers that are running 1-2 in the championship. Travnitz now falls back outside the top 10. That immediately in front of Francesco Braschi is Ollie Bierman, P1 in the championship. Travnitz falls behind now, and now he's under attack from yet another of the Jensen Motorsport team drivers in the form of the pole, Piotr Wisnicki in car 24. We go back to Conrad Lausen. That's Eric Zaniga behind. Benz Berlin, Francesco Simonazzi for BVM Racing. Alcobasi, Antonelli and Kasper Stuka. A lock up from Fornaroli, who's still just one step off the podium. They gap 5 seconds between Josh, Dirksen and Dufek. Josh Dirksen, position 7 in the championship. And if he can hold on and take the win in 13, maybe 14 minutes time, that will elevate him up into around about 5th in the championship, depending where the likes of Small and Montoya finish. Bierman struggling to defend, and Braski's gone through. What a move by Francesco. Firstly takes Trumnitz, and then the championship leader, Ollie Bierman, tries to fight back, gets the toe, half pulls out of the slipstream, tucks back in. Braski over the verging as they race up the hill, goes to his right, to your left, and holds the place. We've got one almost in the background going off. In fact, in the foreground, we've lost one of the VAR cars. Nikita Bedrin. After looking as though he would challenge for the podium, you can see he's come together with Montoya. Sebastian's lost the front wing as well. And they're just driving by Sebastian, who falls right down the order. Apologies, it was Dufek. It was not Bedrin. Apologies, it was Josh Dufek. His race is effectively over. Montoya will limp back to pit lane for a new front wing. So Bedrin, in fact, is behind his countrymen, the Russians 3 and 4. It was not Josh's day here this afternoon. It started off superbly well, a pole position, a race win this morning. Started from pole, but he's come together with Sebastian. Montoya will try and get a replay of what has happened up into San Donato on lap 10. But 2 of the front runners, Montoya and Josh Dufek. That's Bedrin. Apologies, it was not the Russian. He's in P4. This is what happened. That was the end of what happened. Dufek going around. Montoya losing the front wing. Josh Dufek doing likewise. And the race 2 winner, his day is effectively over. This is Bedrin. So he has avoided the carnage. He's in P4. The championship leaders, 1, 2, 87 and 70. Bierman and Trumnitz, 7 and 8. Under Alcobasi, Andrea Antonelli. Kasper Stuka in car 37. As Trumnitz around the outside of Bierman, who locks the front right violently. Just gets the driver off the corner. He's on the inside. And Trumnitz has to get out of the throttle. Through Poggio Secco. And down towards Matarasi, the mattress corner, as it literally translates, I kid you not. And then into Casanova, they race down the hill into Arrabbiata 1 and 2. Good run from Eric Zaniga in the background. That's him behind Conrad Lausen. Piotr Wisnicki, car 24 in position 9 for the Jensen Motorsport team. Dirksen still out front, almost 6 seconds ahead of now Fornaroli. Small is in P3, looking at another podium this afternoon as we approach the final third of the race. Sebastian down in pit lane for a new front wing. Not the way Sebastian wanted to leave Tuscany. His 8th podium of the championship this morning. But he's down in pit lane with damage, and it looks as though his weekend is now over. We pass the 20-minute mark. It is Dirksen Fornaroli. There's Bierman, the championship leader, with the championship challenger right behind in Tim Trumnitz. There's Conrad Lausen, car 20. Good, intelligent drive. He's in P10. Ahead of Zaniga. Valent, Simonazzi, Alcobasi, Antonelli, Bizzotto, Stuka, and Leventerevesh. Fornaroli now the quickest driver on the circuit at 49.217, a tenth of a second faster than Josh Dirksen. But critically, the South American is controlling the pace. The BWT Mugello Motorsport driver the team from Berlin in Germany, the driver from Paraguay in South America. 5 seconds the difference between him and the driver on your screen. Slight correction for Leo Fornaroli, controls the oversteer on the exit in car 72. And there's Sebastian down in pit lane.
We didn't need to do that.
Ooh, wow. Tense situation down there in pit lane with the Prema Power team. It matters little how and why. The fact is Montoya is out, as is Dufek for that matter. He's also pulled into pit lane. Race winner this morning, a DNF this afternoon for the driver who qualified on pole position 3 times in the penultimate round of the championship. There's Dirksen going by at the bottom of your screen. This is Fornaroli, the quickest driver on the circuit. We thought Dirksen was cruising. The gap was 5 seconds. Fornaroli with a 1:49.217. He's cut the gap to 4.2 seconds. It's still an enormous margin as Kirill Small drops off Bedrin. And then Ramos and Brasky, the 2 Genza Motorsport team drivers, look superb here this afternoon. Santiago and Francesco, the gap was over 5 seconds, down to 4.2. We'll check it as they come across the line this time. 4.3, it stays the same. 2.5 back to Small. And then Nikita Bedrin. Under attack from Santiago Ramos, who dives down the inside. Nikita closes the door. Santiago, then Francesco. Genza Motorsport in superb form this afternoon. Ramos and Brasky. We go back to Tim Tramnitz, who critically has got ahead of Ollie Bierman, the championship leader, down in position 9. He had one hand on the championship trophy at the previous round at the Red Bull Ring. We thought it was a foregone conclusion. At this rate, it will not be decided until we get to the championship final at Monza in 3 weeks' time. Ollie Bierman, who took 8 victories in a row at 3 different circuits, has dominated for 2021, but not here this weekend at Mugello. He's down in 9th place, and Tim Tramnitz trying to take some points out of him. He will. The gap at the moment is 80 points. He'll chip it away very slightly. But Ollie Bierman will not leave here at Mugello as the champion. OB will not be position 1 this afternoon in the checkered flag, which will wave in, as you can see, just over 6 minutes and elapsed time. Brasky behind Ramos. Bedrin driving nicely. Nikita 1 step off the podium at the moment. Has also taken a race victory in the 2021 championship. There is Nikita, the 2 Russians on your screen in cars 7 and 15 for the Prema Power team and Van Amersfoort Racing, respectively. The Genza cars, Santiago 68 and Francesco 28. Down into San Donato, I should say up into San Donato. As Ramos locks the brake, we go back to Tramnitz going through. Wisniewski, that's Zuniga ahead of that championship leader. We almost have to ask the question, has Ollie got a problem? He's nursing it to the checkered flag. At this stage, he will just get a single point for 10th place. Ben Svelin, car 86. Just behind Conrad Larsen. Good recovery from him. Remember, he was in the gravel on the opening lap of race 2 this morning. Has just kept his cool, has the Dane. And he's now just a single place outside the top 10, car 20 for the Prema Power team. The gap is now back out to 4.7 seconds. Josh Dirksen controlling the pace. Leonardo Fornaroli, a race winner earlier on in the season, slides on the exit ever so slightly as the sun comes out to shine here in beautiful Tuscany. Bedrin, 15. First year in car racing, as we mentioned in race 2. 12 months ago, was a professional kart racer for Joachim Ward's Tony Kart racing team in WSK International Karting. Not the only one for that matter, quite a few of them. This is their rookie season in car racing. Bedran, a race winner with Van Amersfoort Racing. Kirill Small, also a mega talented international kart racer. One of the few drivers in the field that have also competed in KZ gearbox category racing as well. As the OK direct drive class down into San Donato, up into San Donato, as Brasky has a big look at his teammate, Santiago Ramos. He has carved through the field. A brilliant drive from the Mexican. Santiago started back on the 10th row of the position 10, the 5th row of the grid. Made up 5 places. He's not far off the podium, but with time running out, he's unlikely to stand on it this afternoon. The Italian flag on the helmet of Brasky in car 28 behind. The penultimate round of the championship as Small controls it just superbly from Kirusha. As we look at the race leader, Dirksen going through the gap is out to 5.2 seconds. Barring a disaster, Josh Dirksen will take his 2nd victory of the 2021 championship season, his 5th in 3 seasons of racing in Italian F4 and 10th overall in Formula 4 car racing. He took 1 race win in the German series, 5, if I remember correctly, maybe 4 in the United Arab Emirates series, which will see the summer or the winter debut of the all-new Tata chassis, which has been presented to the racing world here at Mugello. As Ramos locks the brake, big time going into turn 15. Just lifts ever so slightly and holds off his teammate Brasky. Just respect between the 2 teammates. They work together and get the tow from the 2 Russians. Brasky pulls out, goes wheel to wheel with his teammate in the dying stages of the final race, the penultimate round of the Italian F4 Championship. This time, Brasky dives down the inside, so close to the back of his teammate. And Ramos holds on to 5th place. Just getting back to the 2022 championship, the calendar has been published in the past few days, and the brand new car, chassis 001, produced by Tartas, which was tested, as Small runs off the road in the dying stages of the race. Don't throw it away now, Kirill. P3, just still. Nikita almost drove by. Kirill Small on the absolute ragged edge as they climb the hill down into Corantayo for what we believe will be the 3rd last time. It is a 30-minute plus 1 lap race, unlikely. The clock will run out before Dirksen crosses the line. The battle for the final step of the podium on your screen. Kirill Small from Yekaterinburg, wearing the flag, or carrying the colours of his home nation on car 7 in position 3. Ramos, 68, and Brasky, the Italian flag on his helmet. It is the Italian Championship. It is effectively the International Championship as again Ramos locks the brake. There's Fornaroli going through, Small under attack, and the 2 Russians go side by side. Ramos tries to get the tow. It's the penultimate lap of the race. They're starting now. Bedran gets the run, Bedran gets the slipstream, and Nikita climbs up onto the top of the podium. Small sweeps around the outside, breaks into San Donato. That was nicely done by Nikita. Ramos senses his opportunity to come from grid 10 and stand on the podium this afternoon. Small up the inside, has to get out of the throttle. He was in position 3, now he's vulnerable to go back to P5. Brasky sits in behind his teammate. They all give breathing space to Bedran. Fornaroli disappears at the foreground. Dirksen not even on your screen. Brasky starting to get frustrated. The Jensen Motorsport teammates, 5 and 6. Bedran Small slides in spectacular fashion on the penultimate lap of the race. Last lap or next time round across the line. Dirksen 6.6 seconds ahead of Leo Fornaroli. Already a race winner in 2021. He won't be this afternoon again as Brasky locks the brake. Unless a disaster befalls Josh Dirksen in car 10. Ramos, Brasky. Over the ripple strip he goes down into Buchin at turn 15. Last lap board this time around. Kirill Smal and Nikita Bedrin both started the season racing in the United Arab Emirates F4 Championship. And here they are fighting for the final step of the podium in race 3, the penultimate round of the 2021 Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented by WSK Promotion. As Smal defends from Ramos, got that out just in time. The Mexican locks the brake and the Russian holds him off. Fornaroli still with the fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely flying. He will not catch Dirksen though, as Brasky goes up the inside and almost takes his teammate. Respect from the two Jensen Motorsport teammates. Bedrin's gone. Nikita will finish on the podium here this afternoon. Brasky frustrated behind his teammate Santiago Ramos. Lines up down into Casanova and into Arrabbiata 1 and 2. One almighty send, but Brasky drifts on the exit of Casanova down into the angry corners as they literally translate. Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata 2, and then they climb the hill up towards Palagio Corontaio for the final time. Dirksen 7 seconds ahead. He won race 1 24 hours ago, almost to the minute. He has dominated from the early stages of the race down into turn 15, into Piccini corner for the final time. He accelerates up the main straight. The checkered flag is about to wave. 2 from 3 this weekend. The South American for the German team wins race 3 in the penultimate round of the Italian F4 Championship. An absolutely stunning victory for Josh Dirksen. Fornaroli across the line in P2. And Nikita Bedrin, a well-deserved podium, holds off his countryman Smal. Bedrin in 3rd place here this afternoon. BWT Mugello Motorsport, the German team, take the victory from Leo Fornaroli for Team Iron Links, and Bedrin at the end of all that, he's the top Van Amersfoort Racing driver home in position 3. The championship leader, Ollie Bierman, position 10. So it goes down to the final at Monza. Bierman so close to the title, but he's had by his own lofty standards. A disappointing run here in the penultimate round of the series. It does happen in motorsport. Everything he touched turned to gold earlier on when he took 8 victories in a row. That set himself up for the championship, but here this afternoon, he has played second fiddle in a major way to Josh Dirksen, who takes his 2nd victory of the weekend, 2nd victory of the 2021 championship. Takes the win by 7.2 seconds at the end of the race over Leo Fornaroli, the top Italian in the Italian series for Team Iron Links, and Nikita Bedrin is the top Russian home in 3rd place. We'll take a look at the point score in just a moment as well. We are quickly, frantically trying to do some mathematics, and despite what I was telling you, it appears as though Ollie, this is provisional, has won the 2021 championship. A big asterisk, a big provisional behind that comment. The Van Amersfoort Racing team down in pit lane, they're better at mathematics than I am. We believe Ollie Bierman, with that 10th place victory, has claimed the 2021 Italian F4 Championship. I have to repeat the second part of that sentence. That is provisional. There is a big asterisk behind that statement. One hand on the championship trophy. We believe he can make that both. For the moment, it is Josh Dirksen who takes his second victory here this weekend at Mugello.
Another one. Blanco! Vamos! Vamos, Blanco, ganó!
Papu.
Ollie Bierman comes across the line in position 10. He is the 2021 Italian F4 champion, and in doing so becomes the first English driver to take the title. This super prestigious series, he set himself up for the championship with those 8 victories in a row, unprecedented in the series history. This is the race winner this afternoon. So well deserved from Josh. Celebrating there, or congratulated by Francesco Braschi. On the podium, Nikita Bedran. He's the top driver for Amersfoort Racing in P3. Leonardo Fondaroli, P2, car 72, the Team Iron Lynx driver, the top Italian. Josh Dirksen with his second victory of 2021. His second victory in 24 hours. He's down in pit lane. Let's hear from the race winner once again for BWT Mugello Motorsport, Josh Dirksen.
Josh, an amazing race. Welcome again under the podium. An amazing result for you. Tell us how it was from the inside.
Well, yes, it was amazing. Our strategy went well. We did risk all in to reach 3, so it paid off, and just really happy. We did good with the strategy, also with the setup. We nailed it. Again, thank you to my team. They did an amazing job, and also, yeah, thanks God, it was a really good race.
Very well done. Time to go to the podium now.
Thank you, I will.
Dovrei anche avere Bierman.
We'll try and get a word with Ollie Bierman as well, who has provisionally just claimed the 2021 Italian Championship. He's down in pit lane with Antonio. There's the race winner. Huge congratulations once again to Josh Dirksen. Congratulated by Leo Fornaroli, who drove a great race for position 2. Dirksen wins the race. The Englishman wins the title. The only way is Essex. Ollie Bierman, that is the 2021 Italian F4 champion. Let's go down to Antonio Corruccio with the newly crowned Italian champion, Ollie Bierman.
Yes, here we are with the champion, the first Englishman to become Italian Formula 4 championship. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really nice feeling. Yeah, it was a really tough weekend. Not really the way we wanted to win it, but yeah, the odds are really stacked against us, to be honest. So yeah, try as they might, we still won. So yeah, really happy to take the result, and yeah, the team have done an amazing job this year. Can't thank them enough, and yeah, that's it really.
Very well deserved, Ollie. Time to celebrate now.
It is OB1, Ollie Bierman from England, position 1 in the 2021 Italian Championship. He only finished 10th in race 3 this afternoon, but that was enough. His teammate Josh Dufek from pole position led the field away. It was a clean start for the most part. Josh Dirksen, the eventual race winner, immediately up into second place with Leo Fornaroli up into third, going wheel to wheel with Sebastian Montoya in the early stages of the race. Kirill Smal and Nikita Bedran. A great race between the two Russians. Dirksen wheel to wheel with Dufek. Josh versus Josh. And from there, Josh Dirksen drove away. And from there, the rest of the field simply did not see which way he went. Good drive from Leo Fornaroli, who would drive past up into second place, so close to Montoya, who himself, after a podium this morning, would ultimately finish down in pit lane. This is the reason why, coming together with Josh Dufek, both Montoya and Dufek were out. From there, Dirksen drove away from the field, ultimately winning by 7 seconds. Small and Bedran, the ruthless racing Russians, going wheel to wheel into turn 1. San Donato, Bedran around the outside, took the place to stand on the final step of the podium. Dirksen with his second victory in 24 hours. Fornaroli across the line in second place. Nikita third. Ollie Bierman home in 10th place. But the Englishman is the 2021 Italian F4 champion. Nikita P3, Leo second place. And his second victory in 24 hours for BWT Muka Motorsport. Josh Dirksen. Congratulations to Josh. Dirksen takes the race win, but a 10th place here this afternoon means Ollie Bierman has won the 2021 championship. He goes to Monza as the newly crowned champion. There is still one round to race to close out what has been a fantastic 2021 season. That is at the Temple of Speed on the last weekend of October. See you at Monza for the championship final.